We've all heard those stories about weird things that people try to sell on eBay. Well, in this video, I'm going to cover the top 9 strangest things that I've ever seen for sale on eBay. What's up guys, Paul here from dropshippingtitans.com. Normally I'm making videos talking about how to dropship onto eBay and Amazon, but today I thought I would do a little bit of a different video, one that's a little bit more fun. So if you are interested in learning about dropshipping, in the description of this video, I will have a link to a free webinar that I'm hosting all about eBay dropshipping so you can learn how to make money selling online. But let's have some fun now. Let's look at these 9 truly weird things that have been for sale on eBay. First up is this Dorito shaped like the Pope's hat. I know it sounds really silly, but when you actually look at the photo here, it really does look like a Pope's hat. So what I've been finding when I was doing research on this is that religious looking objects or religious themed objects seem to do really well on eBay, and we'll actually see more of them later. And believe it or not, this single Dorito sold on eBay in 2005 for $1,209. The winning bidder was Golden Palace Casino. Evidently, they saw something here that they really wanted, whether that was part of a publicity stunt or what, but they did end up getting this Dorito hat, and apparently you can still see it on display over at their casino. The next one up that I have for you involves the pop star Britney Spears. So in 2004, Britney, who was just 22 years old at the time, she was at the height of her career. And if you remember during that time, she had die-hard, adoring fans to prove it that absolutely went wild every time they saw her or every time she had a concert. So one of her longtime fans went to one of her concerts and saw Britney spit out some of her chewing gum, which apparently was something that she used to do a lot. The fan actually picked it up, held onto it for 3 years before auctioning it off. And guess how much the winning bid was? A solid $14,000 for the used chewing gum. Pretty expensive piece of gum. So this next one will really make you question the human race. Despite selling a wad of chewed gum for $14,000 and a single Dorito for over $1,000, this auction for the meaning of life sold for just $10.50. Fortunately, the winning bidder is not allowed to discuss the contents of his winnings per the NDA he signed when he won the bid. Next up here, we have one of my favorite eBay auctions ever. After a divorce with his wife, Ian Usher decided he needed a fresh start in life. So he put his entire life up for auction. His home, everything he owned, an introduction to his friends, and even a trial at his job. The winning bid was $399,300. After the auction was complete, he then traveled the world for 100 weeks, pursuing 100 goals, and it ended with him in the crown of the Statue of Liberty. He's now a motivational speaker and author, and Disney actually bought the movie rights to his story, and Ian used it, get this, he used that check to buy an island in the Caribbean. So that's a pretty awesome story, one of my favorites that I came across. The next one involves a woman in Arkansas who in 2009 decided to auction off the right to name her baby. Unfortunately, eBay wasn't happy with it, so they took down her auction and she kept putting it up and eBay would take it down, she put it up, but eventually one of the auctions ended in a final bid of $6,800, but the buyer never actually paid for it. They said that they just put in the bid to try to raise the price to help her out, and so she never got any money to sell the right to name her child. This is another one of my favorites. It involves this gentleman right here because it really shows some ingenuity and entrepreneurship. This guy in 2005 was just 20 years old. His name is Andrew Fisher, and at that time he noticed a crazy trend which is that people were posting crazy, outlandish things on eBay, and companies were buying them simply as a publicity stunt. That is exactly what happened here with this Dorito. So he had a brilliant idea. He would auction off advertising space on his forehead for 30 days. Yep, a temporary tattoo on his forehead for any company. So this guy was smart. After he put the auction up, he emailed the auction to all the local TV stations, and it spread like wildfire. He had interviews on Good Morning America, on BBC, and it really worked. The final auction was $37,000, and he did again a month after he finished and made another $10,000. So here he is with the temporary tattoo on his head. It was for a company called Snore Stop. And believe it or not, this actually worked, because after he got the tattoo on his forehead, he went around and did a bunch of interviews, and Snore Stop saw a 50% jump in sales the month that he did this publicity stunt. So it actually did work. The next one I want to talk about is this one. This one's pretty infamous. In 1994, Diana Deusser, I believe, we'll just call her Diana, took a bite out of a grilled cheese sandwich she just made and saw the face of the Virgin Mary staring back at her. So she put the sandwich down, put it in a plastic box with some cotton balls, and there it sat for 10 years. To her amazement, the grilled cheese never became moldy, which is all the proof she needed that it was truly a divine grilled cheese. In 2004, after holding on to it for 10 years, she put it up for sale on eBay. eBay initially removed it because they thought it was a joke, but Diana was serious. So there were buyers and bids came in, and it eventually sold for $28,000. And if you zoom in here, it does look like there is a face here on the grilled cheese. And you might be asking, who is it that would buy a $28,000 half a grilled cheese sandwich with a bite out of it? Well, it's the same casino that bought the Dorito. That's right, it is Golden Palace Casino. So after this success, a year later, she tried to auction off the pan she used to make the grilled cheese, and unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on how much this did sell for. Now, if you are interested in making a grilled cheese for yourself, you might want to consider this one that makes your grilled cheese look like Jesus. And the final one that I have for you here is kind of a bigger one. It's Cheetos. Apparently, this is an ongoing trend on eBay where people find Cheetos that look like something. Like this one looks like a dragon, and they auction it off. Many of these are selling for over $1,000 each. This is like a whole rabbit hole that you can jump down, the whole Cheeto, trying to find some Cheetos that look like certain objects and auctioning them off. So if you want to learn more about this, I'm going to defer you guys to Thrift Store Gold, which is a great YouTube channel talking all about thrifting on eBay. And they did a whole video about trying to find Cheetos that look like objects and auctioning them off. And they actually sold some. They did some follow-ups with it. So if you guys want to check out their video, that kind of does look like Squidward, then click on the link underneath this video. So there you go, guys. Those are some of the weirdest things I've seen people trying to sell on eBay before. But if you saw one in the past that I missed and want to share it with me, leave it in the comment section down below. I've had a lot of fun looking at these and trying to find different ones. So let me know what other ones are out there, because I'm sure these aren't the only weird ones that have existed. Otherwise, guys, if you found this video at all entertaining, I would appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. Like I said, this isn't my typical video. Normally, I'm making educational content for you guys about how to dropship on eBay or Amazon. So if you are interested in those videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.